with the question of how young is too young to protest. Now, there have been many supporters across the country that are viewing this as a teachable moment, some asking the students to write essays on why they should go out and protest as part of this teachable moment as they see it. But opponents say that this is a bad idea. Some parents saying that politics should not be injected into the classroom. A school district in New Jersey, as well as one in Maryland, are threatening to discipline students with even suspensions if they do walk out of class. But here at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, this is viewed as a way of honoring the 17 lives lost. Students are expected to come out here for 17 minutes honoring those lives that were lost exactly 1 month ago today. In Savannah, emotions are still raw here in Broward County, Florida. Prosecutors had just announced that they will seek the death penalty against the confessed gunman here. He is expected in court here in Broward County later today. Now, student activists, in addition to the walkouts today, they are also planning a nationwide march on Washington for 10 days from now. Savannah?
And as we were listening to you, Gabe, and you were watching what's happening in Parkland, Florida, we have our cameras trained on scenes around the country right now. 10 a.m., many students in schools walking out in protest, and they're all observing in different ways. Let's go right to NBC's Ron Allen, who's out on Long Island here in New York. And Ron, what are you seeing there?
Well, Savannah, we are seeing hundreds and hundreds of students walking out of Great Neck High School North. It's a school of about 1,000 pupils, and every student that we talked to this morning said that they were going to take part in this. It's hard to stay in your seat when so many of your classmates are going to be involved in this. And it's, I think, important to point out that these are student-organized events, really powered by social media. School administrators have been trying to essentially stay out of the way, make this a positive, organized experience. You can see here out of the lawn in front of the school, they set up a podium. They're going to read off the names of the 17 students and staff who were killed down in Florida, and then they're going to go back into the classroom. They're going to try to make this minimally disruptive because, again, these protests are to be positive, and they don't want to be disruptive. They want to send a positive message about activism. I'll also make the point that they're going to do some voter registration out here. They're going to try and organize registering people so that this protest also has a political dimension to it for years and years to come. Many of these students are below age 18, but they're still going to try and do that. And clearly the message here is about the need for gun safety is the language, not gun control so much as gun safety. These students were just devastated and really moved by what they saw happening down in Florida. And for many of them, this is a really big day because this is probably the first time that many of them are going to really take a stand and publicly do some kind of activist protest. And as has been pointed out, they are technically breaking school rules because you're supposed to stay in school, so you could be disciplined. And there are scattered reports of that happening or threats of that happening around the country. But here, the administrators have been supportive, and as you can see, they're still coming out. We expect just about all of the 1,000 students here to join in this movement. Savannah?
All right, Ron, keep us posted on what you're witnessing there. We want to go down south. Katie Beck, our correspondent, who's outside Lakeside High School in Atlanta. And Katie, I can see behind you that you have a lot of students, a lot of them wearing orange, who have walked out of